What's the best in-ear monitor that you've heard this year? I'm genuinely curious about that. For me, we are going to be exploring this right about now. This is the unique Melody Maven Pro. It is fantastic. It is an EM or in-ear monitor priced quite steeply at $1,800 and it has some of the best build quality I've seen in an EM. So let's see, how does it sound like? The package is as interesting as you'd expect it to be. It has this unique Melody style. If you are ordering the unique Melody Maven Pro, you can order it with a 2.5mm balanced connector, situation in which it comes with adapters, a 3.5mm single-ended connector, situation in which it doesn't come with any adapter, or 4.4 balanced connector, situation in which it doesn't come with any adapter. This is a jewel, so it is packed like one. There is also a little drawer with accessories inside the package. Inside the drawer we can find unique Melody silicone tips. Those are your classical style of silicone tips. And ASLA, Sedna, Earfit, X-Elastic, ASLA tips. Those are the sticky tips that you need usually for bone conduction drivers. The distinction between the past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. This is what they have written on the unique Melody Maven Pro. I always feel nice when I unbox those things. They feel really nice to explore. Unique Melody Maven Pro comes with this beautiful carrying case. I mean, look at this. Leather with actual metal. It offers excellent protection to them. We should do this. I'm a reviewer. I should test them to their fullest. So good protection to the EMs. You shouldn't find them broken inside of your bag. But inside of it are only the EMs with the cable. There isn't much else going on. And this is how the unique Melody Maven Pro looks like. As you can see, the cable is not very tangle prone. It has been left loose inside of its package and it was very easy to untangle, so it is not tangle prone. The cable doesn't conduct microphonic noise either, so the comfort is good in that sense. And I have not applied the X-Elastic Earfit tips. I have applied some other pair of tips because I don't really like the sticky type of tips if I can avoid it. We should talk about the design. Somewhat open. It looks like it is semi-open or fully open, but while wearing them you get a good 25 to 30 decibels of passive noise isolation, so you can barely hear what is happening on the outside. I am fully isolated from the outside noise right now, so they will leak a bit, but they will leak as much as any EM. The driver is so tiny that nobody is going to really hear what is happening inside of your EMs. Like, they might hear like a very faint sound, but not the actual music you are listening to, even if you are blasting death metal at full volumes. The cable is very ergonomic. I like that. The cable is of a very good quality. You don't really need an aftermarket cable for unique Melody EMs. They usually include it in the pricing and they include the high quality cable. Unique Melody cables are always nice. I have tried the Maven Pro with aftermarket cables while taking the sonic impressions for this video, but I liked the default cable enough for me to not use them with an aftermarket cable. Like, usually I go either for Plus Sound Copper Plus or for the Astral Acoustics cable, but for those it was not necessary. It just sounds good without adding an extra cost to the mix. I mean, they are priced at $1,800 and you would expect the company to actually build them well enough for the price. They did. The comfort is superb, no sharp edges, no problems with my ears. It feels good. Unique Melody Maven Pro has one of the most detailed, cleanest, and one of the deepest sounds I've heard. They have 10 balanced armature drivers and 2 electrostatic drivers. So they don't have any of that bone conduction drivers or dynamic drivers. But the bass is actually better than most unique Melody EMs I have heard today. The bass is deeper, fuller and more natural than most unique Melody EMs, which is interesting. So they have 12 drivers playing for each ear. This is actually getting close to the Ambient Acoustics MAD 24, which was the highest number of drivers I have found in a single EM. The sound is actually above the Ambient Acoustics MAD 24. Those are better in resolution, in clarity and in detail. So if you are looking for an EM that actually sounds better but costs less than the Ambient Acoustics MAD 24, the unique Melody Maven Pro should be at the top of your list. This is an EM that is not very complicated to use. I have ordered the version with the 4.4mm balanced connector because I have more balanced sources than I have single-ended ones, and I have an adapter if I have a single-ended source and I want to use those still. The sound is generally what you would expect a live concert to sound like. It is dynamic, it is punchy, it is transparent, it has outstanding sound stage and outstanding outstanding impact. It's like the instrument separation is like not just good. You don't hear instrument separation. It's like the music is being played live in front of you. You never think to yourself that this has good instrument separation. The Unique Melody Maven Pro has perfect instrument separation. It's like the instruments are played uniquely. They aren't played like a mashed up entity that is just music. They are played like actual live instruments, and that is what I love about them. Music that sounds white, that was recorded in a concert hall or which was recorded to sound live, will sound live, will sound alive, will sound direct, will sound punchy. Music will always sound enjoyable out of them. They do an excellent job with both male and female voices. Both of them sound outstanding and delicious. You just hear the sweetness in the voice of female singers, and you hear that powerful presence of male voices. It's so nice. The treble is usually bright, and they have a tone of air, a tone of treble sparkle, and this is usually in line with other Unique Melody EMs. They have a brighter treble. I've seen some people on the internet arguing that the Mexed was a warm sounding EM, and I agree to that. The mid-range is warm, but man, that is a very bright sounding EM. There is quite a lot of treble energy. The Unique Melody Maven Pro also has a lot of treble energy, but it is more refined. It is never fatiguing, it is never harsh, it is just refined, mature, and it has a very natural presentation. The treble never comes to me like, oh, that comes the treble. I always go, ooh, this is nice. It has a nice treble sparkle. It's like neat. This is how I go about their sound. And I listen to them. I actually consume those. It's not like I make this review and then I pack them back. I packed them back before making the review so that I can unbox them in front of you. But I actually use them. I use them quite a lot. They don't gather smudges and fingerprints easily. And after seeing someone complaining in one of my videos that I leave fingerprints on the products, my friends, that is a problem with the product, not a problem with me. If something gets a fingerprint magnet, as a reviewer, I'm supposed to tell you. I'm not their marketing department. I am a reviewer. I'm supposed to tell you honestly how it sounds like. It's like, you should know from me. Yeah, it gets fingerprints. Avoid it if you are allergic to fingerprints. Like, just don't get it. Those don't really get fingerprints. Like, if you see fingerprints and if you are not satisfied, then they get fingerprints. You should judge that from the photos we take. We don't try to pamper those products to look in such a way that they are just the product in a white void. I've seen a lot of product reviews do that. They just photograph the product. We try to photograph it in a natural environment and we try to let it be itself. If the product is a magnet for fingerprints, for smudges, and for dirt and dust, you should know that, because you are going to use it and you are going to have that experience. I want you to know what experience you are going to have with every single product. With Unique Melody Maven Pro, you are going to have an outstanding experience. I mean, the only part about them that is like the elephant in the room is the pricing. They are quite expensive. At $1,800 US, they are not cheap. They are an engineering marvel though. So 10 balanced armatures plus 2 EST drivers, that's something that takes a lot of engineering. And you could argue that there are other companies who did this, like Ambient Acoustics. Of course, I reviewed Ambient Acoustics Mod 24 and Mod 16, and they sound quite good. But the Unique Melody Maven Pro has better overall detail than the Mod 24. The Mod 24 for its 24 drivers was very smooth and very like natural, but not surprisingly detailed. The Unique Melody Maven Pro is surprisingly detailed. It's like it has an abundance of details. It's like it presents everything to you. It doesn't leave you searching for details. It goes like, here, those are the details, take them, listen to them, enjoy them. It doesn't push those aggressively into you. So it's not like it's harsh or like it's unnaturally detailed. It's naturally detailed. It just goes like, this is how music sounds like live. And you hear that with everything, especially if you are listening to live concerts. I don't know if you are doing that, but I like to do that, especially some Metallica concerts. They have been beautiful. I'm able to live those moments like I was part of the crowd. I also have found some recordings of concerts that I was present at, especially if they have been in Bucharest, because I haven't traveled very far away from Bucharest. And yeah, those concerts do sound really good on the Unique Melody Maven Pro. I could argue that they sound better on those than they sounded live, because live I was never in the perfect spot to listen to them. The live concert experience is fun only if the concert is smaller. Once the crowd gets very large, it's just the sound gets lost in the crowd or it's too loud for you to enjoy. On that note, if you are going to live concerts, please use some kind of hearing protection. You will be thankful for that advice when you are older. Please do that. As a youngster, I did that and I actually protected my ears from a very young age. I listen very loud at home though, so they kind of even out. I hope I'm not going to have any kind of hearing problems, but that is how I live. I like to hear music loud, but concert loud usually leaves you deaf for about 1 to 7 days. Don't go without hearing protection to a concert. You are really going to have some kind of deafness happening in a few years. I always take pity on those who have to work on those concerts, like people who have to work there every single day and who don't have hearing protection, because their hearing will actually get damaged. It's like a real problem that will happen, and it will not happen eventually. It will happen, it will happen, and it will happen fast. You can check out some graphs about how fast hearing loss happens, but with the Unique Melody Maven Pro, that should not happen. Those are enjoyable, they are detailed, they are refined, they are sublime in sound. Like, I love them. I love the sound of the Unique Melody Maven Pro. It's like probably my current favorite, like my all-time favorite in terms of tuning and in terms of sound. There is only one EM that right now wants to challenge that position, and that is the Dita Audio Perpetua. This is an EM that sounds much warmer, much smoother. It has a more rounded bass, but it also wants to be the most detailed EM I have, but in a warm way. Those are detailed in a crisper, more analytical way. I'll be doing a full comparison probably in the Perpetua video, because I just got the Perpetua, where the Unique Melody Maven Pro has been with me for a while, so I can talk a bit more right now about the sound of the Unique Melody Maven Pro. The best part about its sound is that you never struggle to say it sounds like that. No, you just go, this sounds natural, this sounds live, this sounds transparent, this has outstanding detail. You never really struggle with the sound. And I had that happen with some EMs, for example. With Birdynamic Xelento, I always knew how something was going to sound with them. Like, it was obvious. Xelento always was very warm, very smooth, always brings the bass forward, and it pushes the treble not just backward, it rolls off the treble entirely. While the Unique Melody Maven Pro doesn't really apply any kind of specific peak or specific dip to the sound. It is very natural in production. I could tell you how the Unique Melody Mest Mark II or Mexed sound like, because both of them have a specific tuning. For example, the Mexed and the Mest Mark II both have that sound in the Premier drum. They both have this sound where every single type of drum is presented with that type of presentation. And also both of them had a very bright, very open kind of treble, so they were quite aggressively V-shaped. The Unique Melody Maven Pro isn't. This one is like very natural, so it is very hard to describe something that is actually transparent and actually follows the natural Harman curve and actually sounds natural. The Unique Melody Maven Pro may be that, may be the EM to end most EMs. Unfortunately, that does come at a cost, and it costs a lot to design and to build them. And from what I understood from the company, they can only make about 4 per month, so they are quite hard to build. So it is no surprise that they are pricey. They just can't make a lot of them. It's like they are rare to make. I think that if you wanted to hear the best they got, the Unique Melody Maven Pro is the best I heard from Unique Melody so far. So those are the ones that I like the most, at least at this point. I hope that you also like Audiophile Heaven. I hope you'll consider checking out my other videos. Also subscribe to Audiophile Heaven. It helps me a lot. I hope you'll have a lovely week out there. I hope you're spending good times with your loved ones. I thank you so much for your support, for your love. If you order those, use the links in the video description. Also, if you want to donate something, I have a PayPal link in the video description. Please have fun. Please listen to music and have fun. Please be happy. That is important to me, that you are happy. Please be happy. Bye bye.